Yo, what's going on YouTube and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's Kevin Forte and oh man, we have some drama in Nashville tonight as Barry Trotz comes in as officially the next general manager of the Nashville Predators. And we've heard these rumors for a little while now and things have become official. John Hynes is relieved of his duties as head coach of the Nashville Predators, and in his place, former Nashville Predator Andrew Brunette will be the next bench boss behind the bench for the Nashville Predators. Guys, we're going to take a look at that in today's video. So a really interesting change up here in Barry Trotz's tenure with the Nashville Predators, as his first really official move as GM of the Predators is letting go of John Hynes. A year away from the expiring of his contract, Barry Trotz lets go of John Hynes as the head coach of the Nashville Predators. John Hynes has been a head coach at the NHL level since the 2015-2016 season. He spent a couple of years with the New Jersey Devils, 5 to be exact, and they made the playoffs only once in that time. He also has spent 4 years in Nashville, so it sounds like around that 4 or 5 year mark is around the window of time for John Hynes. Now, at the time, I thought it was a little bit weird that David Poile had decided to pull the trigger on John Hynes. And, this is not a discredit to John Hynes, but you really look at his coaching career, it really hasn't been all that sexy in the sense that his numbers really aren't that great at the NHL level. You look at his best season, which was the year that the Devils made the playoffs, and he had a .591 point percentage and a 44-win season. That's not really all that great. And last year ended up being his best season as a coach, where he had 45 wins with the Predators. But the last 2 years, they've lost in the first round. So when you kind of look at the Predators right now, they're just in a weird position where it just seems like they don't really have enough there to be like, yeah, he's a really good coach. Now, what's interesting about him as well, he coached at UMass Lowell. He also coached at the University of Wisconsin for a little bit, and really his most success came with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins of the AHL. He was there from 2009 till 2015, and he did quite well with Wilkes-Barre Scranton. They went to the second round of the playoffs pretty much every year he was there, and they even made it to the Eastern Conference Finals in the American Hockey League twice as well. So he's a guy that was able to get the most out of the Penguins prospects at that time, and they had some really good runs, really, between 2012 to 2015. They had some really good seasons there. And when you consider the fact that when he came to the NHL, the Devils were getting this young, up-and-coming coach, their expectations were a little bit different at the time. And now we've kind of seen he's been in the NHL now for his 9th season, and it just doesn't seem like he has it. And I like John Hynes. I always wish the best for any coach out there, but I've been talking about this pretty much all season, especially with the change now as Barry Trotz comes in, that this just seemed like something was going to go here. Like something was a little bit off. The Predators obviously missing the playoffs just barely, but they missed the playoffs. I think there's more of a cap to this team that I just don't think John Hynes was able to get out of this group. But the good news is for the Nashville Predators is they bring in Andrew Brunette, who is a former Nashville Predator. He was with the Nashville Predators for a little while. In the 1998-1999 season, he played 77 games with the Predators. He played quite well there. He actually played in Hampton Roads, which is interesting because we know the NHL was trying to put a team there. But Andrew Brunette, as a coach, has also been quite impressive, and he's still kind of an up-and-coming guy as well. He was an assistant with the Minnesota Wild and the Florida Panthers for 4 seasons, became the head coach of the Florida Panthers last year. We all know how that went. The first 7 games of the season, there was that whole situation with Joel Quenneville and the situation in Chicago. I don't want to go too far down this path, but you guys know what I'm talking about, the Chicago Blackhawks controversy. So Andrew Brunette was an assistant, becomes the head coach, put together a 51-win season campaign with the Florida Panthers. They won the President's Trophy, and of course, we know they lost in the second round of the playoffs. But this year, they had a 52-win season as an associate coach with the New Jersey Devils. I think he is really a huge piece of that Devils team this past season that they're going to miss. They're going to miss him next year. I really, really do. I think Andrew Brunette was a really good fit with the Devils, but this is a guy that's now going to get another head coaching opportunity in Nashville. I'm really looking forward to the Nashville Predators because I think that they have some really good pieces here. You consider what's there with some of the younger talent that we saw this year, the capability of scoring from some of those younger players that nobody really talked about in the beginning of the season. The new shiny toys started getting some NHL experience, and they played quite well for the Predators. And, the way I kind of look at this team right now is a team that's kind of going to get the most out of them from a new coach like Andrew Brunette. So I think I'm really excited to see what they do. The Predators are still a work in progress. I had assumed that Barry Trotz is going to make some more moves here during the summer, at the draft, in free agency. But I want to know your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the Nashville Predators bringing in Andrew Brunette as the next head coach of the Preds? Guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.